Back up on my bush, back up on the scene. Out here acting foolish like I'm 17. I just bought a new whip.
What's up, peeps? It's your girl Danny, and I'm back with another video. So today, guys, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I reached out on my social media accounts to some people because I really need some questions. Like, I really need to build my YouTube channel, and it is really hard, guys. This is like, it's not an easy job. And like I said in the text, if you got it, you know, this is like a full-time job when you have a YouTube channel. You're not only investing your time, but you're investing money. You're investing your energy into it, and if you have a passion for something, you go for it, and that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm definitely going to answer everybody's question today. I'm not going to reveal your identity, but I will say like your first name so you can know exactly who I'm responding to. And so without further ado, we're just going to jump right into the video. Okay, all right. So the first few questions I have, because you sent a lot of questions, and so I'm gonna just buckle down on your questions, and I feel like this is the appropriate way to start this video with just the recent chain of events. So cousin Tony, you sent a lot of great questions. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna answer yours first. All right, so cousin Tony, he asked, how are you? That's a great question. I'm doing great. I cannot complain, honestly. You can try to find negative stuff to say about your life, but to be completely honest, I am truly blessed. And I think just starting this YouTube channel, doing my photography and stuff like that, graduating from college, I'm slowly taking small steps into what I really enjoy doing. You know, I can't say what my overall purpose is in life, but I know that I am enjoying my life right now, and I just thank God so much. I really do. But I'm doing great, cousin. How are you? Hopefully we can, you know, catch up soon. Okay, so you also asked, even though I'm bald, can I ever grow dreads? That's a very great question. If you grow some hair out, see, and that's kind of how it works. If you grow hair, you know what I'm saying, it can be even like shorter than mine, since mine is pretty short. If you kind of grow your hair out, you can get it twisted, and then, you know, you can grow dreads. So it's very much possible. Anything is possible, okay? You just got to have a little faith, that's all. The next thing you asked me was a very great question, and I do think we need to touch base on this topic. How do you feel about defunding police / police reform? First and foremost, like I said, with the recent chain of events, you know, kind of considering the lives that were lost to police brutality, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and even just white supremacists and people that are just prejudiced, Ahmaud Arbery. We need something as black people. We need something that kind of protects us, and I can honestly say that we have always been in a country where the system is built against us. It's deeper than what we can imagine. It's deeper than police reform. It's deeper than police brutality. It's deeper than prejudice. It's deeper than race. And I think the overall issue, because this is my response to the question, and even defunding the police, the overall issue has to do with your heart. And I'm going to use this as an example. I saw a video the other day on Facebook where a lady, she was on a truck, and I think she was with a man, but they were holding up Confederate flags, and she was telling the person that was holding up the camera, I'm going to teach my children to hate you. I don't care. She was saying that she was going to teach her children to hate black people. And see, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. A lot of white people, and I'm not bashing white people, but I'm telling the truth. A lot of you all are taught to hate black people. A lot of you are taught to hate black people. A lot of you are taught to hate us, and that's where it starts. We can defund the police, and you know what, let me just set the record straight. I am 100% not against these ideas of police reform and rebuilding the justice system. I'm not against that whatsoever, so don't get me wrong. I'm not against these things, but what I'm saying is, if the heart doesn't change, even with us implementing laws where we don't put African Americans in chokeholds and we don't use excessive force, we can do all of that and we can implement those laws. But still in all, if something is in a person's heart, those laws cannot change what's in a person's heart. We can say, oh no, you're not supposed to use a chokehold on him, you can go to jail. These people don't care about going to jail. When that man was on George Floyd's neck, he looked directly at the camera, because guess what? He knew exactly what he was doing. That hate in his heart, and then people recording him, they didn't change what he was doing. He would say, oh, you know what, I don't want to go to jail, so, and it's a law that says I can't do this, so I'm going to get up. No, he still did it. He still did it, and he knew he was being recorded. So we can put all of these things in place, but the hate still is still, and I'm not saying there is no hope, because there is hope for our people, but it all goes back to falling on our knees and getting before God and asking him for wisdom, because that's what our ancestors did, and we cannot deny that. While our ancestors was out on the field, while they were protesting, they sung hymns to God, they prayed to God, they was at church, you know, and they cried out to God and they asked him the direction to take on the issues that they were facing. So that is my answer to that question. You know, the police does not need to be paid. We pay them. We pay for their jobs. We pay for their careers. So we don't need to be paying for them if they're going to just be killing us. We don't need to do that. They don't need to be getting paid after they kill us. So they don't need to have their jobs. They need to be behind bars. We know that. We are systematically oppressed. And it's evident, because after they kill us, they are still walking freely on the streets. We just seen a video of one of the men, one of the police officers that killed George Floyd. He was out shopping like nothing happened. I wouldn't even be comfortable going outside. Have you seen what they did in that city? Are you walking straight outside like ain't nothing happened? I would be very uncomfortable. So that's my answer. Falling back to the way of God. We can do all these things. We can create all the laws we want. But if the hate is not out the people's hearts, it's still going to happen. It might have to be so many people that are martyred before there is change. But it all starts with God. Okay? So that's my answer to your question, Tony. And your last question was fathers forced out of their children's. How do I feel about fathers forced out of their children's lives? That's a very, 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 very broad question. You can answer that from so many aspects, because you never really... Okay, this is what I'll say. If the father really wants to be in the child's life, if the father really wants something to do with that child and he wants a relationship with that child, not just because of the mother not trying to do no type of malicious intent, nothing behind it, I feel like that father deserves, any father deserves, not any father, forgive me, but any father that wants to have a relationship with his child and take care of his child deserves to be around his child. He shouldn't be forced out of his child's life. And every child should be able to know who their father is if their father want that. Being, you know, forced out of your child's life, that has to be a very, very difficult thing to deal with. And especially because I know a lot of mothers, and I've seen it, you know, they'll intentionally, because just to get back at the father, like they'll put the father on child support or something like that, and be like, oh no, you can't see your son, you can't see your daughter. Just do something evil like that, because I know mothers can be evil too. I can't speak too much on the topic because I don't have children, so I can't really give you 100%, you know what I'm saying, but I can give you about 75% of what I've seen from experience. I mean, what I've seen, you know, with my own eyes, not from experience. But, you know, if a father is trying to be in his child's life, if he's trying to take care of his child, if he's trying to have a relationship with that child with no malicious intent behind anything that he's doing, that father deserves to have a relationship with his child, period. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you so much for those questions. They were awesome, and hopefully I answered them the way in which you can receive them, basically. So my next question is from Ademala. Ademala asks, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? Okay, so Ademala, to be completely honest with you, a long time ago while I was still in college, my sister, when I, sat with her, she would always tell me like, oh my gosh, Danny, you know how to do your makeup. You speak so well. You're such a classy woman. You're intelligent. And I feel like you have a lot. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. You have a lot to offer people. You encourage people. You're very inspirational. And she will always say that. And that's something that I didn't see. And I also sing. I also write poetry. I also rap. So it's a lot of things that I do. But she was just like, you have so much to offer. And I feel like you should make a YouTube page, have a great personality. And I just really didn't see it at that time. But I feel like what really made me make my YouTube, I'm just be completely honest, is the corona. Because if the corona wasn't here, then I would probably be like up and going different places and doing different stuff. But I feel like because I'm not really like, I'm a homebody, but I also have to get out and I have to be busy. I have to keep my mind busy because I'm a crazy girl, so I have to stay busy to keep my mind focused. So when I'm sitting down, I have to do something. So I think, honestly, Adamala, it was just the timing. Because I was inspired to do my YouTube when my sister inspired me. I'm like, well, maybe I would do that. But I feel like the timing kind of played a part in it. Like I said, with the corona kind of interfering with everything, I kind of got set down. And I'm just like, well, maybe I can just do my YouTube channel. And when I started it, I'm like, wow, I really love it. I really do. I found something that I love, not only photography, because I do photography too, but just being able to talk to people, being able to encourage people, and just this Q&A right now, like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so happy that you guys send me questions. So yeah, that's basically why I started my YouTube channel, and just to encourage people, because it's not always about me. It's not always about us. It's about serving people and just giving them that encouragement that they need. So hopefully I have things that I can offer to the world through my art, as an artist. So yep. So my next question is from Elizabeth, which is my twin brother's friend. They're 12. She asked, are you family with the twins? Yes, unfortunately. I love my brothers. Those are my babies. Yes, I'm their older sister. They have 4 older sisters and 2 older brothers, excuse me. So it's 8 of us in total. Yes, my mother has a lot of little chickies. So yes, I'm their older sister, and you see me all the time on their live videos. You can see that they love dancing, so I try to support them. I try to just support things that they love doing, because I had that support. I had that support when I was growing up from my older siblings, and I appreciate it. So I want to pass that same support down to them, to let them know that, I appreciate their art. Okay? So yes, I'm their older sister. So Kayla asked the question. She asked, what pushes you to do better in life? Honestly, what pushes me to do better? I've been through a lot. It's a lot of things that I've experienced in life that people don't really know about. I remember a time in my life where I was a shy and I was a timid girl. I really was mild-mannered, and I still am. I'm very respectful. Just don't push the wrong buttons. But it was a time in my life where I was very, very weird. I was very quiet. I really didn't speak much. But I think my experiences have really shaped me. And the struggles that I've experienced have shaped me. But that's really what pushes me to do better, and my faith in God. I have faith. Sometimes my faith gets shaky. I won't lie, because we are all human. Sometimes we can be faithless. But my faith in God that things are going to get better. My faith that there is a bright future ahead of me, because when I was born, his message to my mother was that I have a purpose in life. And I've always stuck with that, even when I get discouraged, even in the most darkest moments in my life. I stick with it, and I stick with the times that he has came through for me. I go back and I remember oh, during this time I was this and God came and rescued me. So whenever I become faithless and hopeless, I remember those times, and that's really what pushes me to do better in life. It does. He does. Seriously. So that was a great question, and I appreciate your question, Kayla. So my last question is from Sheila. Okay. Hey, Auntie. Sheila asks, how do you keep your makeup so natural looking? Okay. That's a great question, and I was actually thinking about this earlier. I don't use a lot of layers. You might see like a lot of women when you go to like the makeup tutorials online, you see them use like a lot of layers. I really don't like piling a lot of stuff up on my face. I just try to keep it natural. That's how I keep it so natural looking. Just using the bare minimum. Use the bare minimum. That way it can look like you barely got anything on. So that's pretty much my Q&A video. I might do another one depending on if I get more questions from you guys. Thank you so much for viewing. Thank you so much for your support. I have a lot of great content coming your way, so stay on the lookout. And as always, be blessed.
Oh, send me your location, let's ride.